Looking for Madden 21 Ultimate Team coins with fast delivery? IG Vault has the cheapest and most reliable coins on the market. Click the link in the description and use coupon code SPORTS for 6% off your order. Yo, what's up everybody? It's Duke back here from sportsgamers.com. And in today's Madden 21 tip video, I want to break down one simple but very effective tip that you can use to instantly improve your defense. This tip is going to make your defense 1,000 times better, and it's something everyone can do because it's something that you can do from any playbook, pretty much any formation, and even many different plays. So as you guys know, there's been a lot of different types of man coverage this year, different ways to run man coverage. And sometimes you might play someone and you might wonder yourself like, dang, why does their man coverage play so much better than mine? And honestly, it's a little hidden tip that not everybody knows about. Most of the pros do, and it is just super easy to do, but it really makes a huge difference. So we're going to get right into it. In this video, I'm using the Giants playbook on defense. Break down a few examples, but like I said, you don't have to use any specific playbook. Pretty much any playbook, you're going to be able to do this. Now, I do run the Giants myself on defense and the Jets on offense. If you guys are interested in getting better at Madden 21, if you guys want to win more games, whether it's a weekend league, a league, regs, even the MCS, money tournaments, you need to check out sportsgamers.com. That's where I put all my offensive and defensive tips, schemes, and ebooks. Sportsgamers.com, we have the best Madden 21 tips to improve your game. Also, if you guys are enjoying my content on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. About half of the people that watch these videos are subscribers. And also smash that like button. The support really does help me out a lot. Truly does. Now, what I'm going to be looking at is actually from the the nickel 3-5 wide. The first example I'm going to show is going to be the cover 2 man. Now, as you guys know, cover 2 man is an extremely common play on defense right now. The 3-5 wide is the most popular one, and it really does a good job against these bunch formations. Now, you could do what I'm about to show you from other man defenses, other formations, and I'll show a few different examples, but this is just one of the better ones to use. So let's go ahead and look at Z-Spot first. This is a very common play people will use because of the smart routed corner route, and sometimes this corner route just seems to get naked against man coverage, but I'm going to show you guys how, when smart routed, you can pretty much lock it up pretty easily. So what we're going to do is, first of all, press coverage. Obviously, we know that's important. Now, the thing that makes the hugest difference when running man coverage this year is you want to shade down underneath, which is you hit the coverage audible down on the right analog stick. And after you do that, you also want to shade to the inside, which is to the left on the right analog stick. When you shade to the inside, your DBs actually will play way differently. Your DBs, as you guys will notice here, will get better bump animations, and not only will they defend the drags and the in routes and the crossing routes and the slants better, but because they get good press animations, they actually defend like corners and outs and things of that nature better too. A lot of people, they want to shade outside to take away corners and outs, but honestly that doesn't really work so well because when you're pressing, you don't get those same good animations that you do when you shade underneath. If you shade outside, your DBs do not press the same. So we're going to control this linebacker, and we're just going to defend the middle of the field. Now, guys, another thing I'd recommend to do is if you do know they're passing, make sure you also pass commit. That does make a big difference. But normally these smart routed corner routes, like I said, they can get wide open at times. And watch this. So you see how good that guy got pressed? You guys can see here, that press was an absolute... He took him out of the play. Now, it was absolutely a dominant animation. You guys can see at the line, he got pressed for like 1, 2, a good amount of time, and even off the release. Again, remember, this is a good receiver with an ability versus a bad corner with no abilities. And look, yes, he has a little separation here, but as you guys can see, I'm already beginning to release the ball. Really, on this year's game, still was a pick. Now, you can imagine if that was an actual good corner there. I wanted to show you guys. This corner I have in the slot right now is not good. He's what is he? Where's this guy at? He's a 72 overall with 88 speed going against my receiver on the Bucs, Goodwin, in the slot, Godwin. He is, let's see, 88 overall, 91 speed with an ability. Now, obviously, if you see I want to match up the corners a bit better, I don't, the Seahawks don't really have any, one step ahead or anything like that, obviously. But, I could put Shaquille Griffin there, and you'll even notice, again, match up the corner a little bit better with the receiver. It's going to make a big difference. When you're going up against bunch this year, the slot receiver is definitely someone that you need to make sure you have a good corner over, because that's where a lot of people try to run those smart routed corners, the smart routed out routes, which we'll show in a second here. But those types of routes that generally kill man, a lot of times are from the slot receiver. So it definitely is important to make sure that your slot corner at least can match up a little bit. Now, again, if you guys play MUT, I'm sure you guys know you can easily get the best corners in the game, put one steps and acrobats on them, and that does make a huge difference. But again, take a look again. All I'm doing is I'm shading down and underneath. I'm manning up this linebacker to the guy that's going to be guarded by my middle linebacker, and then I'm just free roaming with the middle linebacker. That's it. Additionally, something else you can do is you also can pinch your linebackers, which will move them to the inside, which will get them better positioned to cover the tight ends, which is another big thing because people run crossers with their tight end, which we'll show you in a second. But again, look at this corner out. Again, you guys can see he's stuck in the hip pocket. Click on, able to easily pick that off. I don't have any abilities, nothing, but still great coverage. I want to show you guys that you would think that when you shade outside, it might stop the outs in the corners. Look again here. My guy is right there. It's not much separation. Click on. It's an easy pick animation. Easy. Again, you would think that shading outside would actually defend these types of routes better. It doesn't. So let's go ahead and look at flood. That's another play a lot of people run because it has that smart routed. Well, it's not technically smart routed, but it's the deeper in route and the deeper out route. Very hard to stop both of those routes with low balls. This is probably one of the most common plays you're going to see online for people that run this formation. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and press shade down, but this time I'm going to shade to the outside. So you're going to notice that when you shade to the outside, your DBs, they don't play it as good. They don't get the same types of animations. And you're going to see, look how that guy's just easily able to beat him to that outside, and it's just super dot. Now, like I said, Godwin does have that slot-o-matic, so he's triggering on all these routes. Not exactly a fair matchup, but we're going to go ahead. We'll just put Antonio Brown there. I mean, it's not a huge difference as far as stats, but because he doesn't have that ability, it's a little bit more of a reasonable thing. We don't really want to show too much of a mismatch. So let's just do that again. Shading down into the outside. And you're going to see, once again, this out route, it's still, even with Antonio Brown, he has no ability. It's still going to easily get that separation, which you wouldn't really expect. And we're going to be able to lowball it in there. Now, the shading is not only important for routes that obviously break to the sideline, but also routes over the middle of the field. So for guys that run crossers and stuff like this to the tight end, you're going to notice that when you shade down and to the inside, your defense is just going to play this literally 1,000 million times better. It's not even going to be close. So let's look at the tight end route. And this is going to allow us to pay a little bit more attention to other routes breaking towards the sideline. So again, another thing you can do, by the way, don't forget, is pinch your linebackers so that they're able to get a little bit better matchup on the tight end. So again, look at the tight end here. See how we're in his hip pocket? We're going to be able to click on and break that up. And again, most people will put safeties in the game by audibling down. I don't even have safeties in the game here. I have a linebacker, but still, he did a good enough job. Another thing, so again, we're going to press coverage, shade underneath into the inside. Go ahead and man up the linebacker on the guy that we're supposed to guard. Pinch the linebackers, and again, you can pass them in if you need to. I like to put my user on a blitz angle, and you're going to notice, once again, all these routes are going to get defended very well. Look at this in route to Evans. Getting kind of just stuck in this hip pocket, and this is why the shading matters so much. So obviously, guys, you can run this same adjustments from different formations and plays. It's the safest to use from cover 2 man because you have your safeties over the top. However, you can use it from cover 1 defenses as well. One defense you might want to use it from is the cover 1 press, because cover 1 press defenses this year, they get better animations than, when I say animations, better press animations than cover 2 man, because the cover 1 press plays, they just align a bit better, and definitely you'll notice a difference when running these plays. So like one example will be the 3-5 odd cover 1 press. This is a cover 1 robber press, excuse me. They get extremely good press animation. So we'll actually just run another play. We're going to run the PA post dig shot. So again, we are already in a pressed position, but if we go ahead and press, again, shade underneath and shade to the inside, you're going to see the defense is going to play this man coverage so well. Now, one thing I do sometimes do when I'm running this type of defense is I'll go ahead and put this guy right here. I might go ahead and put him in a curl flat with my zone drops on like 20-25 to help take away like a deep crosser or something. And then I'll just sit over the middle field myself. And, you know, I could go ahead and I can set up some pressure if I want, or I could just leave it the same way. But as you guys can see, there's nothing open here. All those routes were completely blanketed. No one had any separation. One thing you're going to want to do if you are playing Madden Ultimate Team and you're going to run this style of defense with shading underneath and inside is you're definitely going to want to have acrobats. DBs with acrobats and one step ahead. But definitely acrobats. The reason why you want acrobats is they're going to get diving pick animations and swats. They're just going to play wild when you shade underneath and to the inside off press animations. If you don't have acrobats, you won't get those same diving animations. But also, it's kind of a waste to have acrobats if you're just going to shade up every play, because if you shade up, they're not going to be in position to really make those plays. But you guys can see, I mean, every DB is in the hip pocket. Bam. Look. Bam. Bam. And, I mean, this guy does have a little bit more separation, but with the safety over the top, you don't have to worry about that. That's why, you know, I would never recommend doing this from like a cover 0, like the Mike Blitz play a lot of people use. That'd be not smart. However, if you're going to use this from either cover 1 or cover 2 man, you're going to be fine. Now, again, when you do play cover 1, you might have to be a little careful. Like, for instance here, yes, we do have the middle of the field covered, but they could still hit us up top on the sideline. So if someone's doing that to you, you're going to have to, like most people put safeties in the game, by the way, at linebackers, so they're using your safety. But if you do notice that, you definitely will have to watch for streaks over the top with your user. And if you see something like that, you'll have to go guard it. Right here, though, I'm kind of just sitting over the middle. Again, there's nothing open. Now, one thing you could do is if you just like the animations on these plays that you get, because like I said, cover 1 press plays do press a little bit better than cover 2 man, but you are worried about them just running something like 4 verticals, is you could just do what I'm about to do here and put both of the safeties into deep halves. That way, you're still coming out of the cover 1 press play, but now you have the safeties over the top. So if they do run something like the 4 verts, you know, you don't have to worry about it. You're still going to get those really good press animations, but you have a safety over the top on each side, so they can't just bomb you up top. So, again, you can do this from any defensive formation, but the 2 top ones I like to use are 3-5 wide and 3-5 odd. Reason for that is both of these formations are decent enough against the run that you don't have to get worry about the run too much, but also they defend the pass very well too, and you can sub safeties in a linebacker, especially if you audible down from the 3-5 normal to 3-5 wide. You can get good positioning, good alignment, and with the shading, it's just lights out. Also, from both of these formations, you can mix in blitzes too. You can mix in some zone as well. There's just a lot of good stuff you can do from both of these formations that's a little bit better than anything else. Another formation you might consider doing it from is big nickel over G, but I don't like it from big nickel over G as much, because with big nickel over G, you're going to have 4 down linemen instead of 3. I really prefer the formations with 3 down linemen, because then the coverage is going to be better. You're going to have more, you're going to have more speed on the field, because you only have 3 down linemen instead of 4. You could even put linebackers at DN and just have 1 D-end at D-tackle, whereas here, you could still sub linebackers at D-end, but then you'd have like 2 actual D linemen in the game, and that kind of just takes away from the other coverage adjustments you might want to do. So, I promise you guys, if you take this to the lab, work on the shading against a lot of the meta plays, you're going to notice a huge difference in your defense, and you're also going to, when you take it into games, you're definitely going to shut people down. Again, on regs, obviously you can't really pick your abilities on defense, but if you do play mud or a franchise mode, make sure you get 1 step ahead. I would get 3 1 step aheads, and then also 3 acrobats. That's the best abilities to do when running this defensive scheme by far. Hope you guys enjoyed the tip. Smash that like button. I'm out of here.